Welcome back to part B. Just get started tapping on the side of the hand while I chat a little bit. Check in with your posture. Make sure that your feet are on the floor if you're seated and that your shoulders are over your hips. You might lean back just enough that you can feel your core engage. That's kind of the sweet spot there, reaching the crown of your head up tall. And then take a big, deep letting go breath. We're not trying to stop feelings. We're trying to help the nervous system trust that it's safe to feel without armoring, without flooding, without requiring something to fix it, right? Repeat after me. Even though my emotional body has been carrying a lot, and some of it might originally be mine, but some of it isn't. I'm willing to let something soften here. Even though I've really learned to armor up when shit gets hard. Or to spill over in ways that feel out of proportion to the moment. I'm willing to open to something different. Even though I'm not sure I fully trust that I am supported. I am willing to stay present long enough to find out. Okay, we've loaded some information into your circuitry. Take another big, deep letting go breath. We're gonna move through the rest of the points on the body. Just exploring this topic in the shadow aspect a little bit deeper, and then you'll notice that we kind of hit a middle ground, and then we really try to work towards the end as we move through the points on how we want to feel. We want to program ourselves to be looking for and feel comfortable with how we actually really want to feel, because we have a choice there, right? So top of the head. My emotional body is really active right now. Things are landing bigger than I expected. Old feelings showing up with new triggers. And I've been trying to manage it, make sense of it. Stay composed and gracious and look like I'm handling it. But underneath that, something has been waiting to be felt. Something that's got armor over it. Because at some point feeling it became too risky. That made sense then. I have been carrying this scar tissue for a while now. Some rigidity that lives in my body. The bracing, the I'll handle it myself. The part that gave up on being supported. Or the part that floods every time it gets touched. Neither of those is actually me. That's just what happens when the nervous system doesn't feel safe. Good news is the nervous system can learn something new. Right here, right now. I'm allowed to feel what I actually feel. Without it being too much. Without needing to justify it. My emotional experience is really valid data. Even when I can't explain it. Even when it seems bigger than the situation. It just means that's old material and it's in there. And it's asking to move. I'm willing to try to let it move today. Graciousness doesn't mean performing, okay? It means being accountable to my own inner state first. What am I actually feeling right now? Not what should I feel, what's actually here. I'm choosing to be honest about that. I can stay with it without it destroying me. My emotional body is not my enemy. It's just trying to tell me something. And I'm willing to listen. I'm finally listening. I'm open to being supported today. Even if that's unfamiliar. Even if trust is something that I'm still learning. I can let good things land. I can receive without waiting for the catch. Grace doesn't have to be earned. It just needs space to arrive. And I'm making space right now. That's enough. All right, friends, take another big, deep, letting go breath. Close your eyes if you can. I've been thinking about that moment with my partner since we started this episode. You know, the small lie was real, my hurt was real, and also something in me had been waiting for a reason to discharge some energy. And there was already so much pressure in my system that the small thing became the everything, right? That is dishonor. That's not the dramatic version, the quiet, like everyday version where we've been carrying something unacknowledged long enough that the next available trigger gets the full fucking weight of it. So I hope you can also laugh at yourself when thinking about you and your life. The grace part, the actual grace part, wasn't the apology, though that really mattered. It was the moment that I got honest with myself about what had just happened, what had been building. The moment that I stopped making it only about what they did and started asking, what have I been sitting on here? That's accountability without self destruction. And that's the gift frequency of this state. It's not, God, I'm so terrible. Not they're terrible. Just what's actually true in me right now. And can I stay with it long enough to find out? 22 isn't asking you to be perfectly gracious by Sunday. It's not asking you to have forgiven everything or released all the scar tissue in one go. It's just asking you to stop dishonoring yourself by pretending that you don't feel what you feel. That's really where grace starts. Not in some elevated spiritual place, but in the honest, very unglamorous moment of saying, yeah, this is what's happening to me. This is what's happening in me, and I'm willing to be with it today. The collagen in your body builds through repeated small movements, gently, consistent over time. Your emotional body works the exact same way. So, for the next 6 days, practice being a little bit more honest with yourself about what you're actually feeling, not just performance. Don't perform it for anyone else. To make it a project either, just like let yourself be real. Notice where you armor, notice where you flood, notice where you're being gracious on the outside while quietly in distress underneath. And then when you catch it, don't make that wrong either. That noticing is the gate doing its work. What was I feeling before the small thing gave me somewhere to put it? That question is surrender. And it's where grace begins. See you all in 6 days.